Hello, folks, and happy Friday to you. And thanks for coming by. I appreciate everyone in the side chat coming by for tonight's interview with JerrBear. It's going to be really good. We're putting a big spotlight on him tonight, and we want everyone to stop by his channel, check it out. And if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. He's got some new stuff on how he uh, deprimes and cleans brass that is absolutely amazing. So if you guys get a chance, you need to get over and check that out because I'm really impressed, and I've been doing this for a little bit, and I'm gonna do something different like he's doing. Welcome to the party, JerrBear. And AR, before we get started, why don't you go ahead and read off the side chat, brother, and get us all welcomed into everyone that's here already, brother?
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it, Echo. We're going to do a moment of silence. Gee, we just lost a guy in the reloading. 45 Alpha Charlie Papa passed. So if you want to do the silence, let's do a moment of silence first. Then
yeah, go ahead and lead us in that, AR.
Okay. Okay, guys. I hate to lose anybody in this community. Seems like some of them are falling off like flies. I just heard from Willie a few minutes ago. I don't know if he's okay though. JH may know that. Appreciate you all dropping by the stream. It's good to have you all. Hang on a minute and I'll scroll up and call you out. Got Echo over here. Got G23. I'm here. JerrBear's here. Lead Bullet Junkies with us. Andy79Z28. Walter Bunning's with us. Jerry Parker. Chris from the 740. Reloader 762. Appreciate you dropping by, guys. Quest for the Perfect Load. Let's see who else here. JH586. Jamie. Eagle Eye Shooting. New York Outcast. Timothy Burkett is with us. Appreciate you guys coming by. It means a lot to us. We got JerrBear here, and I'll turn it back over to Echo.
Thank you there, brother. I appreciate it, AR. It is a shame that we lost another one of our fellow gunner and YouTubers. Was this COVID related? Do we know?
Hey, G, is it COVID related? I know we lost Meatloaf, the rock singer. He died of COVID.
Oh, wow.
Today, too. Yeah, COVID took him out.
With Louis Anderson too, the comedian, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
He cancer, I believe. Complications of cancer, I think.
Walter says I had a text from Willie's phone a little while ago. I had a text from him too, but he didn't answer. Was he okay or anything from me? Maybe I'll hear back from him. If I do, I'll let you guys know. 01 guy's here. I appreciate you dropping by, 01 guy.
Yeah, that's just bad when we lose people in our community. They're hard. We come hard to replace, and we'll miss him. And God bless him and his family in this time of crisis. And if anybody knows his family and is reaching out to them, please let them know that everyone in the YouTube community, all his friends and family, miss him. Offer our condolences. Thank you.
Amen.
Yes, sir, it was. So COVID got him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. COVID's been taking a lot of us out.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah. Well, on to a little bit of brighter news, because that is kind of heartfelt news right now, because we just lost Jerry 1911's wife from a COVID, and now we just lost another. I know he was fighting for a while, and we were all praying for him. So, wow, that's just kind of.
Walter got a text from Willie. Said it could be in his missus.
Yeah, that might be what's going on.
Hope Willie's okay. Hope he ain't. That'd be another one. Hopefully not.
It's bad. It's
My
my
daughter
heart goes
just
out
got
to them
over it.
all. That's for sure.
My daughter was high risk, but she got over it and went back to school driving a bus.
Good for her, man, because a lot of people haven't been that lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so tonight on the show, basically what we're doing is we're doing another interview here, and we're doing JerrBear tonight. And JerrBear's got a little bit bigger channel community, but he's celebrating a time in his career with YouTube at his 1,000 subscriber mark, which is like is what we all see as our first really big mark on the community is when we break 1,000. It gives you a little bit, lets you live stream directly from your phone. So JerrBear is a truck driver, so he's out on the road and stuff a lot, so he's exposed to what's going on in our communities and things, and this will let him stream live from his phone and be able to bring information of what's going on all throughout the United States to us. When it comes to Second Amendment stuff, a lot of times truck drivers will be some of the first ones driving through a city that will see what's going on and as a result of something. So
No limit on yard stream though, Echo, on subscribers on the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, you can stream right through it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was unaware of that. Mm-hmm. But
I was too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but we're here anyways to to kind of thank JerrBear for being a content creator and to bring him in contact with some of the guests that we have in our groups that may not be in JerrBear's groups. And his what I'm trying to do is make our community stronger through exposing each person I interview to the people who follow us, me and AR. And basically, if he has a few people, then they'll come over and they see and start to mingle with our friends, and our friends start to mingle with him and his friends. And what it does is it experiences us to other communities, other small little niches, and other little groups. And through that, networking starts, and we have a bigger, stronger community in case we need to go and fight. Well, not in case, so that when we go and fight for certain bills, we can tune in to each other's Second Amendment groups that'll let us know what we need to be aware of when we go to the voting booths. And this is how the left does it. So why not copy what works and not reinvent the wheel? I'm just trying to get the exposure to each person I have on, and for his people that follow him to be exposed to my people that follow me in AR, so that we can all get together as one big group. And we're stronger in numbers, and that's just how it is. Even in YouTube's graphics, their analytics, if we become a huge part of their advertising industry, because we're able to advertise for outdoors things, then from fishing, hunting to snowmobiling, all those kind of things, all benefits certain businesses, even small mom and pop shops. So if we can help those advertisers, then why not? And help us become a bigger, powerful force on YouTube, so that they won't push our channels around anymore. That's what we're trying to do. As I kind of go off the deep end there.
No, much appreciated.
Yeah. So brother, now that we have you on the show, who or what got you into shooting? I'm kind of interested. Everybody usually has their own little thing. It was usually a person or an event, something happened, and then voila, you're a gun owner. What was it for you?
Family. Um, my dad, um, my uncles. Basically, from the time I was probably from about 5 years old, I went out into the woods, and with my dad to go deer hunting. Um, Spent, you know, quality time with my dad and my brothers and sisters hunting. My family has always been big into that. When we were kids, my dad's side of the family had a very large farm that we spent a great deal of time on that farm, working, playing, and hunting. So that's where my love of the outdoors and shooting started. I've been an avid hunter majority of my life. Um, I haven't been able to do a whole lot of hunting per se over the last, I'm going to say probably the last 8 or 9 years. And there's a few reasons for that. I don't want to jump too far into that, but I still on occasion get to go and have a wonderful time. I got 2 boys that I take out and we hunt. And when I say a family affair, so when we harvest a deer, the whole family comes over and we, you know, process the animal. We make, we butcher it, we make sausage, the whole 9 yards. So, my dad and my brother have since passed, unfortunately. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not as big into hunting, and the fact that my job, I'm so busy at my job, I just don't have all the extra time. And that is what it is. But like I say, I still go every once in a while. But shooting wise, I've been shooting ever since my dad put that first 22 into my hands. And that started at around age 5. I got to pull the trigger on him holding the rifle and me behind in there, and it progressed. Didn't get into shooting a whole lot of anything else. Shotguns for hunting purposes until I was of age or of big enough to hold a shotgun. So probably around, I think I was 12 when my dad decided to give me my first shotgun, but I couldn't shoot it. So he had to have it cut down a little bit. That was a Remington 1100. And I remember the first time I shot that gun, holy crap. Scared the living daylights out of me, but I didn't give up. So I kind of grew into the gun. Got to hunt with, like I said, all my brothers and sisters. Avid bow hunter as well. Hunted the farm up until my mom passed away. I was 10 years old when my mom passed away. We hunted up at the farm I want to say up until that point, a little bit after the fact. Then me, my dad, and my youngest sister. My dad worked for the government, so we went where my dad went. I've been very blessed, very fortunate to live in a lot of states, and I have lots of friends, and very fortunate to be able to hunt in different places. State of Michigan, state of Minnesota, state of West Virginia, state of Florida, state of Texas, state of California, Nevada, Arizona, Oregon, Wyoming. Been kind of blessed, having friends and family, things of that nature. But that's where I started my love affair with firearms, you know, and it's been with me for since I was a kid. Basically, I didn't own theoretically my first AR rifle until 2000. I think it was 2011. I bought a couple of Bushmasters. Had those for a couple of years. Ended up selling them. And then around 2014, I was told the wife, I'm like, I really need to get me another AR style rifle. And anybody who watches my channel knows that I'm an Aero Precision guy. So when it comes to building AR rifles, that's what I like and that's what I build.
Good
But
products.
where I found my niche with Aero Precision is through 2014. I'd been shopping around. I'd looked at a bunch of different manufacturers, and there's a ton of great manufacturers out there. I mean, there's not, I got nothing bad to say about anybody else's products. I went to the ranges where they rent rifles, and I tried a bunch of different brands. So right around the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, Aero Precision had come out with it was their X15 model rifle, and it was a complete rifle. And it came in a carbine gas system and or a mid-length gas system. And I went up to the gun shop range that I frequent quite often, and the guy's like, "Hey Jerry, you got to check this out. You'll probably like it," because he knew what kind of price range I was looking at. And at the time, I was trying to stay between the $700 and $1,000 mark. He had them, and he had those two particular rifles, one with the carbine length and a mid length, and I got to shoot both of them, and I just fell in love with them. I was just actually quite shocked on how, out of all the rifles that I had shot, it was like that one it just felt right to me. I don't know why. It's just weird. And I still think about it today, and it just, I scratch my head, and it's like, Colts shot fantastic. M&P shot great. The Ruger shot great. And, a half a dozen other rifles shot great. But that particular one, and it was the carbine length that I liked. So at the time, those two guns that they had in, they hadn't released it to the public yet for purchase. They didn't come out until, I want to say, May or June of 2015, I think, is when they were released to the public. So I really wanted to get my hands on them. And I ended up calling Aero Precision. And they said, well, we're getting ready to release them. And they gave me the date to call back, and I did. And I had it shipped directly to another FFL that I used. And that's where my love affair came into the black rifle. The scary rifle, or, as the left would say. Crazy. but so I got that rifle, and I'm an iron sights guy. Okay. I love shooting iron sights. I'm very fortunate. I'll be 55 here in July, and I can still shoot. I can still see. Okay. These little readers right here, that's all they are, is, close up. But when it comes to, iron sights or, shooting my pistols, I still have exceptionally good vision. I can see downrange. I can hit out to 300 yards easily with iron sights. Now, I like optics as well, but I'm an iron sight guy. That's how I learned way back when I was 5. I didn't have the luxury of scopes and and all that high ends. Back then it was high end stuff. Or what I'm saying. Anyway, I bought that first rifle. I shot it for a couple of months, and when I brought that rifle home, the first thing that I did is I took that rifle completely apart. And my wife was like, "Why in God's name would you take a brand new rifle apart?" I'm like, "Well, I want to make sure it's all put together right." She goes, "It's a brand new rifle for crying out loud." I'm like, "Well, I know, but that's just what I like to do. I like to tinker." So right there was when I knew I wanted to start building another rifle. So it wasn't 3 months later, I bought a couple of lower receivers, and I was hooked. And from that point on, I've been building since 2015. Let's see, 5.56, 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, 300 Blackout. What else do I got? 6mm arc. Right now, sitting on the bench behind me is a build that's been sitting here since Thanksgiving. That's all still in the box. I haven't even opened it up yet, and that's my new Aero Precision 9mm EPC. That's
awesome.
That's my next
Cool.
video series sitting right here.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's pretty much, I try to go to the range as often as I can. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have been able to go to the range, and the last time the wife and I went to the range, I have a video on my channel. That's the last time I got to go to the range to physically shoot. Now, I do a bunch of dry fire practice because I got to try to keep myself fresh somehow. It's never the same, but you got to do what you got to do in order to try to stay fresh. So.
Oh yeah, I'm a big benefactor of dry fire practice. They make kits now that make it really fun, especially if you've got kids and you're trying to keep their skills fresh or teach them how to handle a firearm safely before going to the range and actually shooting ammunition.
Yep.
They've got different little laser things that reset the trigger. Some of them do on like AR-15s and Glock and stuff like that, and Smith and Wesson. But good stuff. Just you running that trigger, keeping that barrel level and flat.
Yeah, because I mean, just as well as probably the majority of people that are out watching this. Okay, the more you do it, the more continuous practice you continually practice, that muscle memory, you don't lose it. Because if you don't do it, you're going to lose it to some degree.
It's just like driving a tractor trailer. If you stop doing it for 25 years and get back in it, it's going to take you a minute before everything feels back to normal again. It's going to take, and that's just the same thing. It's muscle memory. How long do you do it for before it's kind of burned into your head? But still, from that point on, you still can have diminishing reflex skills and that need to be practiced: reloading, clearing jams, stovepipes, failure to feed, whatever have you. Whether it's a rifle, or a semi-auto pistol, and believe it or not, even revolvers have failures, usually to ammunition, but it does happen.
Yep.
And so always practice with your guns and practice safety, and you should be, and do that even if you can't get to the range,
Right. Yep.
in between times. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. Now, my
But
wife, my wife is an avid shooter. Okay, so we shoot together a lot. Okay, I say we a lot. We haven't lately, but when we go, when I go to the range, she goes to the range. So it's a great thing to have my wife, my partner, my best friend accompany me doing something not only that I enjoy, but she enjoys it just as much. You know. So and she always says, she's like, we got to get to the range. We got to get to the range. I'm like, babe, I know. But I work so damn much here lately, and the reason why I don't get to go to the range so much, my job is my priority.
mm-hmm.
Since COVID is, taken over consumed our lives, um, everybody knows how it is, or knows somebody that doesn't want to work. So we're shorthanded all the time. So I'm working 6 days, maybe 7 days, and that's where do you fit in time? I can't. I can't theoretically carry anything in my truck with me.
Right.
You
No
know.
commercial vehicle. Yep.
So um, right now we're in our slow season, and the bad thing about it, where I live here in Michigan, is right now it's colder than shit. Okay, it's cold. Um, I spend every day in the cold, and I don't want to say the last thing I want to do is go and spend 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours, because when I go to the range, I don't go to the range for an hour. I go to the range for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. You know, bring 3 or 4 different firearms with me, and practice. But it's hard to do in these kind of conditions. And I'm not making excuses, but anybody who lives in the northern states knows what I'm talking about. Cold is cold, and it's just not that fun to go and shoot in the cold. And
Yeah.
another thing with that, I live in a townhouse. I don't have my own range out the back of my backyard, or 5 minutes down the road. My gun range that I've got 3 that I go to. My range that I go for the most part is about an hour drive for me, because that's the one that allows me to do what I want and how I want to do it without anybody going, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, especially if you're filming and stuff like that, that can be a real pain.
I've got one shooting video, okay, and people say, well, why don't you have more shooting videos, guys? It takes a lot of you guys that make videos, okay, and make shooting videos. You know what it takes to set all that stuff up to do it. I don't want to say it's an aggravation, but when I go to the range, I really don't want to drag all that stuff with me. But I've got stuff that I've built that I want to show you how good this stuff works. So when things warm up here in the next couple of months, I've set a goal for myself to try to get at least 2 videos out minimum a month. Okay. And I know, some guys are like, really? Just 2? Until things pick up where we get more people, that's probably the best I'm going to do, because I have very little
Yeah.
family time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But not to mention, you guys don't realize, a lot of you do. You know truck drivers. Right now, I've got friends that are driving over the road, and they're down 25% truck drivers because of sickness, or they don't want to work because they don't want to get sick.
Yep.
A lot of the older guys do not want to be exposed to it, because if they get it, they're going to have, a lot of these guys that drive tractor trailer have pre-existing health conditions, and they've been doing it for a long time. So when the most experienced part of the group stops participating, it's left to a bunch of new guys, and guys that are young enough and healthy enough, like JerrBear, to still be able to do it with minimal risk. And the overall thing is we don't have enough people behind the wheel of trucks right now. That's why you see entire sections in your grocery store missing right now.
Yep.
So you just remember, when you go to look for something and it isn't there, the reason it's not there is because there's not a man or a woman behind the tractor trailer wheel pulling a load, and that's why that stuff's empty. And we owe a lot to the tractor trailer drivers of our country right now, because they are doing their best. Just like JerrBear here, my friends, they're all running straight through because the government is now allowing certain providers unlimited log hours for driving.
Yep.
And so that's something to help us out. But so now that's how you got into shooting.
Yep.
And I kind of went off the end there for a while, but the bottom line is, how did you get into YouTube, and how did that come about?
Well, yeah, let's see. I think I started somewhere around 2011 is when I got into YouTube. That's not when I started my channel. So the channel that I have today is not my first channel, believe it or not. I had a channel prior to this, and it was called JerrBear 728. I made a video with that first Arrow Precision rifle, and that's where it started. And I don't know, I got somewhere around 1,200, 1,300 subscribers. I probably had, I want to say I had like 80, I want to say it was like 87 videos. And that channel no longer exists, and the majority of those videos no longer exist. And there's a reason for that. But anyway, that's where I kind of got into it. And some of my earlier stuff, I like I said, I have a few of those videos, and I look at them, and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Who am I to make videos? But hey, I was following guys like, just for instance, and I'm sure most people know who KB32 is, Coda Boy 32. I remember following him when he started. Okay. And I'm like, you know what? He's doing it. Why can't I? 704 Tactical, another one. There are a lot of channels that I started following when they were small and tiny, like I was. And now you look at some of those channels, and they're just, enormous. I mean, I don't do it for that. For that, I do it because I like to share the knowledge or my experience to try to help somebody else. And that's basically what I get from watching Echo's videos or AR's videos or any one of the rest of your videos. I may not always comment on everybody's videos, but I watch. I have nothing but time when I'm at the hotel. I'd rather watch YouTube than turn on that stupid TV and watch the despicable news, But getting back to the YouTube thing, I ended up getting a couple of channel strikes on my first channel, and it was like I got that first strike for a video that was there was nothing. It was for a handguard, for all things, and somebody reported it, and they gave me that first channel strike. I'm like, I don't get it. Okay. And I wasn't overly concerned. And then about a week, 7-8 days later, I ended up with another channel strike off another video. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was so mad. I mean, I was just pissed. I went upstairs and I told I'm done. I'm done doing this YouTube stuff. I put in all this time and effort just to try to have a little enjoyment, a little fun, and to help people. I said, I'm done with this. So I made one final video, with a blacked out screen. And I told my subscribers, I says, I wanted to say thank you for taking the time to subscribe to my channel, but I have had enough. I can't deal with these YouTube policies and all this nonsense. And this was like 4 years ago, maybe somewhere around there, 4.5, 5 years ago, whatever it's been. Done. Pulled all my stuff down, shut my channel down. So then my wife comes to me, I don't know, I whatever it's been, a couple years, maybe coming up on 3 years. She comes to me, she goes, I'm down here in my gun room, and she says, you always seem to have had so much fun when you were doing your videos. She goes, you should consider doing that again. And I'm like, yeah, no. She goes, well, think about it. So then the next day, I ended up getting, if you look on my channel, the very first video on my channel, it's about some accurizing tools for how to what am I trying to say? How to accurize your upper receiver. Okay, I bought this kit, and I was like, you know what, this is a cool kit. Maybe I should put a video up, and that's where it started again for me. So now I think I've got a total of 60 videos up on my channel. Some are good, some are not so good, and then there's others that are not bad. I wouldn't consider any of my videos to be exceptional. You either like them or you don't, and I appreciate every single person that comes by and watches, and I appreciate and truly love everybody that has subscribed to my channel. Okay, I'm coming up on 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 978, I think it is. And like Echo was saying, to hit that 1,000 mark, it's just like, wow, that's kind of cool, So.
Yeah, we can't wait to try to help you out and maybe push you over the 1,000 mark.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, when you had on Chris from the 740, I think it was.
Oh yeah, he's in the audience tonight.
You said, JerrBear, we'll get you on there. Hey guys, subscribe to his channel. And then Chris went out of his way, and I meant to say thank you for that, Chris, to promote me. And the next thing you know, I was like, I don't even remember where I was at. I think I was like 920 something. And like over the next 3 or 4 days, it just kind of, like, I grabbed all these subscribers, and I'm like, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
So you guys have really helped.
Well, that's what we intended on doing, was get everybody working together as teams of people, reaching out, meeting new people. And when you find new people, not only do you gain knowledge, you gain power. Because I'm constantly running into people that I have never met that know something about AR-15s that I don't know. And I've learned a lot from other people, and I've been building AR-15 since 1984. So I've been doing it a little bit, and I did it for a living for about 5 years. I had a FFL manufacturing shop, and basically did a lot of stuff, did class 3 and all that kind of stuff for suppressors and whatnot. But long story short, got me a lot of information, and now I'm still learning stuff. I think when you stop learning, you've stopped breathing, because I think everybody learns constantly.
Yep.
But we're going to do what we can tonight to see if we can help push you over that 1,000 spot. And that'd be kind of cool. we'll, after we're done having with the interview, we'll see if we can get Chris from the 740 to come on, and maybe Tactical Fudd if you want to come on, and Dan if you want to come on, brother. We'll put a link out if you guys want, and we'll turn it into a little bit of a get together for everybody to kind of get together. But yeah, I have found this interview to be really cool because you just explained like how you in your life kind of moved through the steps of becoming a gun owner, and with your father and your brother and them passing on, and you going into reloading. So now that you're into reloading, how long have you been doing the reloading?
All right. So reloading wise, I am still what I would consider a greenhorn. Okay. And I've only been doing it just a little over 3 years. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But in that 3 years, I have learned a lot. Okay. And I've learned a lot from watching a lot of YouTube channel or a lot of videos, but following a lot of great people that have a great way of teaching. You know, Echo. I've learned quite a bit from you. I've learned quite a bit from Highboy. Okay, I've been a part of the forum over there pretty much ever since I started reloading, which is great. Elster's Rifle and Reloading, Johnny's Reloading Bench, Squatch Reloading. There's so many that I watch and that I don't give a whole lot of. I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily comment all the time, but I always thumbs up the videos, and I like to read the comments. Okay, I really dig reading the comments, what people have to say. I find what other people have to say about what someone's video is saying. I like that, so I always hit that thumbs up button for them. But reloading for me, I'm going to turn this camera so that you can see my messy reloading bench at the moment. And so here's my Lee APP press. This is what does all my depriming and swaging for my 5.56, and basically deprimes all my 9mm, all my pistol cartridges. Then I got my Lyman 8 over here. Let's see what else we got here. Here's my ultrasonic cleaner. Here's my Neelese. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There's my Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDrop, my Lyman case, prep station. Yeah. So
we got a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
I just noticed on the across the bench, I seen a couple of the same things. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it looks like you're into it quite a bit. That's good. That's good. Have you locally found any local shops that are small shops that have reliable information and materials you can buy from?
Yes.
When they're available, of course. You know, right now we're going through the crisis with trying to get product into the stores.
Yep. So here's one of the great things about my job. So I drive all over the state of Michigan. I am no longer an over-the-road driver. I've been off of the road for 7 years. I drive just in the state of Michigan. Okay, very fortunate. I'm home more now than I was. Obviously, over-the-road driver, you're never home. But anyway, the great thing about my job is I get to stop and visit some of these small mom and pop places. um, and see what's available. And I don't want to say I'm, you know, but I'm fortunate because I'm able to hit more places than the average person for primers, powder, bullets. So stuff is out there. Okay. Stuff is out there. Stuff is out there at some outrageously ridiculous prices. And then there's stuff out there at what I would consider in today's reloading component as normal price.
Yeah.
My biggest, believe it or not, my biggest, the store that I shop at the most here over the last probably year, it's been Sportsman's Warehouse. And they're not price gouging on their primers. I picked up, I made a video about it. I picked up CCI 41s, military primers, and I paid, I think they were $51 a box.
I saw that video. That is an acceptable price to ask for 1,000 primers.
Exactly. It didn't go up that much from prior to, this all starting.
That's like inflation. That's like inflation on anything else right now. So I would not have a problem paying that at all.
I was in there the other day, and they had small rifle primers, and they were $43.99. Now, they were only limiting you to one a day, and that's fine. I can handle that. So I bought one. Stopped in there 2 days later, bought another one. Called up there 2 days later, and they were out. So they're not in all the time, but hey, I'm seeing them. I have another shop that I go to. He gets them on, I don't want to say a regular basis, but he's getting them in. Small pistol primer, large pistol primer. They're, like I said, they're floating around. So you're going to pay a little bit more than before, but like you're saying, inflation. So component-wise, like I said, I'm fortunate because I get to stop at all these places, and if I got the extra cash, hey, I pick me up an extra box of primers, or couple pounds of powder. I don't know how it is for everybody else, or AR or you, Echo, how it is for powder, but I haven't seen a whole lot of 8-pound jugs of powder lately. It's mostly 1 pounders.
Yeah, most of the companies that I've spoken with are not making 8-pound jugs right now. They're using all the powder they have to put it in 1-pound jugs so that they can get their powder to more people.
And how are you guys, price wise? I mean, I've only seen powder go up by maybe $3 or $4 a pound on average.
Yeah, as long as you're not buying from a shyster,
Exactly.
it's not very much more. Bullets seem to be almost coming back into stock almost. I mean,
Right.
I'm starting to find bullets on a more regular basis. Mm-hmm. Primers I still haven't seen, but I'm not out on the road. If I was still in my wrecker out on the road or in my tractor, I would be, actually seeing a lot more of the state and getting a lot more, going into a lot more stores. Like, I think I would have, if I was JerrBear, I would have a route of where I was going, and I would look up that night along the way how many different mom and pop and big gun shops, and just go to them all that you can, and just circle them when you go to them, so that you know which ones you've hit. And over 6 months, you might be able to find, like you're seeing, primers and stuff that aren't outrageous. They are more than they were.
Right.
But they're not to the point where you look at them and you're like, oh my God. I mean, are you asking for my firstborn as well?
Right.
I'm like,
right.
because there's no way there. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way in hell I'm paying $200 for 1,000 primers. I'm not. I'm gonna turn around and go, yeah, I'll remember your shop.
I would give up reloading before I would pay that much. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
what's the point? It's cheaper. It would be cheaper to buy ammunition at that point.
Yeah, I can find steel case all day long that's still coming into the country for 2.5 more years, and you can still find it cheaper than you can reload it at that price.
Right. And it's, so, caliber wise, what I reload for. So I reload for basically everything that I have except for my shotguns. I don't reload for shotguns. That's just something that I haven't gotten into, nor am I willing to step into that because I don't shoot enough. I don't go and shoot skeet or trap or anything like that. And I think if I was into that kind of thing, I would maybe consider doing shotgun, but that's a whole different ball game. But like reloading wise, so I reload for 300 blackout, 6mm arc, 308 Winchester, 223 30 Winchester, 6.5 by 55 Swede, 6.5 Grendel, 6.5 Creedmoor, 45 Long Colt, 9mm Luger, and 45 Auto. And those are the calibers that I shoot. So I reload them for a month.
Yeah, that's quite a bit, man. I was like, my gosh, he keeps going, and I'm like, that's good though. I reload for quite a few as well because I reload for a lot of guys that hunt. I reload calibers for them. A lot of them, like 7mm Mauser. I reload that for a guy that he's got a 7mm Mauser, hunts with it, and does very well with it. And like I load for another guy that's got an 8mm Mauser, and these are just buddies of mine that I've known for years, and just load a little ammunition for hunting season. And they want some stuff that's going to work a little better when they're shooting their Mauser actions. I reduce the loads a little bit.
Yep.
And and work with a bullet that will expand even at low velocity or a lower velocity, and get good repeatable accuracy out of it. And I'm pulling every little what would you consider like high efficient ballistics, every little technique with the brass, getting it perfect from cartridge to cartridge. You're getting less than 1,000th variation on concentricity,
right,
and bullet depth, less than 1,000th, and that's what I want. And powder load, and getting it all hand weighed every charge, and dialing it right in. But I'm not doing 200 300 rounds like that. I'm doing 30 rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's kind of okay. So when I decided to start reloading, and I'm going to be honest with you, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have gotten into reloading 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Okay. A quick little story. So when I was in high school, I had a very good friend, and his dad reloaded. He was a bench rest shooter, and every once in a while we'd be over at my buddy Cameron's house, and we'd be down in the basement. His dad would be in his gun room, and his dad would ask us a question or whatever. And one day I because he kept the door mostly closed. So I knocked on the door, and he goes, yeah. So I opened the door. I'm like, wow. And he goes, well, come on in. He goes, and I was just totally blown away. Okay. I had no clue exactly what he was doing. I mean, I knew he was reloading, but but from that point on, I was just like, wow, I really wish I would have gotten into it sooner. I got into it at the right time. And when I got into it, when I made the decision at being a builder, okay, the next progression for me was to start producing my own ammunition. For one, for accuracy, but just to understand and know how to do it. When I did it, I went all in. I bought my first press, which is sitting up there. It's a Hornady single stage. Okay. Love that press. That's what I load all of my, basically all of my rifle cartridges with. What I use my lineman for is my pistol brass. So when I say I went all in, I started with one caliber, and that was 9mm. And I wanted to learn everything I could about how to reload 9mm from start to finish. Okay. Once I understood the basics, and I started producing my own ammunition and started using it, shooting it, and was like, okay, I kind of understand this. Because I had already bought all of my dies. Then I started, with the next set, 45 ACP. Then I did 45 long Colt. Then my first rifle cartridge I started loading with was 5.56 223. And I load all of my ammo, all of my black rifles are chambered for 5.56, and that's what I reload all of my ammo for, is 5.56. I prefer brass wise to use nothing but Lake City brass. Okay. But it's, not a perfect world. And when you're collecting free brass off the range, you kind of get what you get. And, I get a pile of Lake City, and then I get a bigger pile of 223. And it's just like, okay, eventually I'll use this 223 as plinking ammo. And that's basically what I use my 223 brass for, is just for plinking. But then I proceeded to go from the 223 and started understanding and having fun with that, and learned a lot. And then I just slowly progressed into each caliber. And the only one that I haven't really gotten deep into yet is my 6mm ARC. I think I've reloaded 100 cases. So I haven't even got a whole lot of load development done yet. So, but when I made the decision to do it, I just went all in, like I said, and I bought it all. I bought everything I needed. My wife said, "You do what you got to do." I was like, "Cool." I built my bench. I bought everything I needed to start, and I'm like, I sure hope I don't regret this. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't regret it. Like I said, I wish I would have done it years ago.
That's awesome. That's a good story, man. I actually really enjoyed to hear that, because there's a lot of things that I hear is very similar in our lives, with a lot of stories that you've been saying, and I just appreciate you coming on the show and letting us interact with you and bring some of our guests to meet your guests, and to mingle out and in the side chat. And everybody in the side chat, JH586, that's Jamie. He runs Georgia Shooting Connection.
Love their show.
Yeah, we just like to give him a shout out, and go ahead and give some shouts out, AR, and to some of your channels. And what also we're going to do is, did you send Chris from the 740 a link?
No, not yet.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it, or?
Hang on, I'll do it. Just keep talking.
Okay. All right. So, yeah.
Echo, can I say something real quick?
Oh, yeah. Go right ahead, brother.
I would like to say, guys, I can't see what's all going on in the side chat. So if you've asked me or said hi or whatever, I'm saying hi to everybody right now. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate Echo and AR for inviting me to do this. just this is a true pleasure and an honor and a lot of fun. So I
Great to
thank
have you
you
on.
and thank everybody in the side chat.
Oh, it's great having you on, brother, and especially at this historic moment in your career of YouTubing. A lot of guys will say, "Oh, we don't try to talk about the subscribers." Well, we actually do these shows for our subscribers. We want you to learn from watching us. We may do mistakes like me and AR. We do shows where I do live streams. If I mess something up, I'll do a video next time saying, "Hey, I messed up last video. You need to watch what I did. I did this when we really should have done this." The bottom line is that's what, learning new things. I was reloading a caliber I hadn't loaded before, and ran into a couple of little questions and figured them out, and went back and told everybody I was doing it wrong and this is how you need to do it. I didn't want to give bad information, so I wanted to make sure you guys, and that's just being human. People make mistakes,
Exactly.
but I guarantee you this, everybody that watched that video will know, oh no, I already know the problems with these particular dies, and I won't make the same mistake that Echo did. So I already know. So that way,
Was that the video where you were having problems seating the bullet into the case?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Comes to find out, brother, that the 123 bullet I was using had a very ogive, very sleek BC type bullet, high BC, and wasn't ogive at all. So the bullet seating stem was literally going all the way down around the bullet and touching the top of the brass.
Oh, okay.
And basically it would not hit the bullet. So
Right.
I had to put a ball bearing inside it to extend its ability to grab onto the bullet, and it did. It worked.
Yeah.
So basically, I figured out what was going on. It just wouldn't go. The stem would not travel far enough down was the problem.
Nice.
And and Lee's aware of it. They said some of the real high BC bullets that are real cylindrical and long,
right?
It does the 123 grains. They're aware of the fact that it does not. Sometimes it will not seat certain bullets.
Gotcha.
Certain ones it will. And apparently the most popular bullet for seating with that is the 123 for supersonic. And like the 155 or something like that is what they're using, a 150.
What caliber were you loading that for?
7.62 by 39.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But were you able to get one of those links out? Did
yeah, he can't be here to 10 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, okay. For 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not a problem. Let's see, what time is it getting to be? I don't want to.
7:13.
Yeah.
Hey, broke loader.
What's everybody in the side chat?
Right along.
What was it?
We're just moving right along. That hour went really fast.
Oh yeah. When you're having a good time, there's no problem. You don't keep looking at the clock. You just watching how long you're eating up, because I have another show that I have to fit in all my time for before his show starts. So I have to be careful, and so I don't want to accidentally be in my nightmare is to be in like mid sentence and just run out of time.
Right.
And be derailed. So I try to keep an eye on there to make sure and kind of figure out how we're going to lay it out, so that, just as we're shutting down, it gives Jamie plenty of time to get his show prepped and ready to go on.
Gotcha.
And by the way, promoting Jamie's channel, JH586, Georgia Shooting Connection, will be on next at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so make sure you guys, after our show, that you tune in for that one, because Jamie puts on a great show. Him, Kyle, and sometimes Chico, sometimes Willie the Bullet Man, sometimes sometimes a lot of people will be on there.
Sometimes me.
Sometimes, sometimes AR is on there as well. When his internet isn't completely man, I tell you what, poor AR, he's been having one of those internet weeks where one day it works, they work on it, and then the following day he wakes up and he's got less upload than like a 300 baud dial-up modem, and you're like,
they gave me a bad modem, guys. I got one on the wall and it keeps going in and out constantly. At least that's what they think.
I tell you what, Aaron, you've got. I really like your setup, your little studio right there. Your microphone, it's always crystal clear, nice and crisp. Same, Echo. You got headphones on, right?
Yeah.
He's got a good set.
How's my audio, by the way?
Sounds good, brother.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I'm just using a cheap phone. No.
Hey, I may get a green screen next.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Dude, I would be hilarious, dude. You could run Hawaii 5-0 in the background and show the surfers from Hawaii 5-0
right?
in the late 50s, early 60s.
This thing about the new one with that cute Asian that was on there. Of course, she's not there no more. Unfortunately,
I did see the new one, and the new Steve McGarrett. What's he driving? Dodge Charger.
Oh God, I don't even remember now.
Oh, here we go.
I hadn't watched it in a while. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, brother, what is going on?
What's happening?
I was cramming some pizza down my face there real quick.
Yeah, we thought we'd have you on and introduce you to JerrBear in case you didn't know him. Basically say hello to each other and invite Chris also does. This is Chris of the 740, and he does a YouTube channel as well here on YouTube, and he's a buddy of me and AR's, and I'm not sure if you already know him, and because I might be just
I've been subscribed to JerrBear here for, I don't know, 5-6 weeks probably now.
Yep. We kind of hit it off there through that one night, and I truly appreciate it, Chris, because after that we went over the Georgia Shooting Connection, and you threw me another hey, subscribe to his channel, and I was just like, wow, man, this guy is awesome.
Well, I like your channel, and I want to help everybody out. I want to see everybody's channels grow.
Yeah, and plus, JerrBear is the second guy that I know that drives tractor trailer that has the same first name and is a YouTube gun guy you hear on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. Jerry 1911 is another over the road he's over the road truck driver. He drives outside his state, but yeah,
Idaho, I think he is too.
Yeah.
Oh, great state. Great state. Love that state. Always love driving through Idaho.
But JerrBear may drive in, or not JerrBear. Jerry 1911 may drive in drive in Idaho, but I know he lives in Utah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
that's another great state too.
Yeah, that's another good gun state. And when everybody retires, they can all come down here to Florida and enjoy our sunshine. Because right now, hold on, let me give you guys that are every time you go outside, you guys start to freeze.
I'm already going to be jealous. I can tell already.
Okay, 71 degrees. 71 degrees. And hey, guys, today it was 79 degrees, and hey, look what I'm in.
34 here, almost
I'm in
freezing.
A t-shirt,
rain right now,
and
I'm in shorts
in Bermudas.
Nice.
Yeah,
I don't
I got
want
the
to see them
Bermuda
friggin' legs and ankles,
Bermuda
man.
shorts, Bermuda shorts. I'm like, dude, there's nothing wrong with
I
Florida
walked
weather.
out of the hotel this morning at 5 a.m. and it was 13 below.
It's cold.
Yeah, that's cold, man. That's too cold. That's where you shake when you're trying to pour the what what is that stuff called?
Anti-gel?
Well, yeah, but no, rubbing alcohol into the airlines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you go to pour like the 100% rubbing
Heat.
out or heat, yeah.
Yep. I don't have that. I really don't have that problem per se. My equipment's kept up quite nicely. So the air dryer that's on my tractor does a really good job of keeping all the moisture out of my lines. But on it, I've had it happen a time or two over the years. It's when people don't maintain their equipment well, where they can start freezing up airlines and stuff. Bad thing.
Yeah, I think we hit a high of 21 today here.
Nice. 21. That's
It's
like
freezing.
summer.
Freezing here shortly.
You how far up in Michigan are you, JerrBear?
Well, so I live here in Southeast Michigan, which I'm just north of Detroit. So,
Okay.
But I run all the way up to the Mackinac Bridge twice a week. So I do the whole east side of the state, all the way up to the Mackinac Bridge, and then come back down. I stay the night in Gaylord, which is basically the highest point, or one of the highest points in the Lower Peninsula. And it's basically the snowmobile capital of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who snowmobiles in the state of Michigan, everybody wants to go up to Gaylord.
I'd love to do that, man.
I've spent a lot of time in Traverse City, but that's about as far north as I go up there.
Yep. Traverse City, I spend a lot of time there. That's not part of my route, but on occasion I do run that route.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends that live up there.
Nice. I don't know. Michigan to me, it doesn't matter what time of year. I've been doing this so long, it doesn't matter, whether there's 3 foot of snow on the ground or it's 90 degrees outside.
Right.
It's just a beautiful place to drive and a beautiful state to live in.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's actually a couple of guys I know that are YouTubers that live in Michigan, and both of them work at automotive facilities that make car parts for American car manufacturers.
When I hear the word Gaylord, I used to be a company down here named that Gaylord.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Chris, you're in Ohio, right?
Yep.
Whereabouts?
About 50 miles north of Columbus.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Cool. So you're a Buckeye fan.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. You guys got us this year, though.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets lucky once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, they played a good game.
The Buckeyes had our number for a long time. But, hey, I personally, I'm a Michigan fan, but overall, I'm a football fan. Yeah. So if Michigan wouldn't have made it to, as weird as this is going to sound, because people are going to cringe, if Ohio State was representing the Big Ten, that's who I'd be rooting for.
Oh yeah, we're the same way. I mean. Yeah, but I would, it'll make that game even more interesting next year.
Definitely.
Yeah, it'll make for a good game.
So, what do you guys think? What was I gonna? I was gonna put up a question. What should I reload next? It's a question. I'm thinking about doing some 458s. And I've got some 458 flat lead and so I can shoot that out of it. And I've got 300, 400, 500 rounds of it of
What
high
cutters?
tech.
What
Yeah,
cutters?
they're a wad cutter. Let me grab one. Ow.
I thought that when you said flat.
I think I'd make a good series, Echo. There's not that many people that reload that. That'd be interesting for everybody.
It would definitely. AR, do you cast at all? Do you cast your own bullets?
No, not at this time.
How about you, Chris?
No, I don't cast.
Echo, do you cast?
No, I try to stay away from hot lead just because my sight isn't really that good, brother.
Gotcha.
And I just don't. I picked. My wife told me, she's like, dude, I picture if you heat up lead, you're gonna pour it. You're gonna trip over the cord, and you're gonna pour that stuff all down the front of you. And she's like, I'm not a nurse. She's like, I'm not taking care of you for the rest of your life, not in that area with removed skin.
Right.
And I kind of thought about it for a minute. I'm like, she's probably right.
I don't have the luxury of taking that next step because of, like I said, I live in a townhouse, so I don't have a garage, or I could theoretically set something up out on my patio, but I'm okay with for the time being just buying my bullets. You know what I mean?
Right.
It looks super interesting. I mean, I watch all these guys. Walter. My God, Walter's amazing. His channel is so awesome, and some of the colors that he uses on some of his casting bullets, it just blows my mind.
These are Acme bullets, and I think these are 325s.
I could tell by the container.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And basically,
I'm listening to you guys. I'm just off camera here. I'm getting my link to go around Georgia here later.
What's the grain weight on that, Echo?
That's flat nose. Yeah.
What is it?
What's the grain?
325.
Wow.
And I can push these to about, with no gas check, with the high tech coating, I push these to about 1,400 feet per second.
Oh, doggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are the alloy number 2, so I use these for hunting hogs.
Oh, that's got to be devastating.
Oh yeah, when you hear it hit them, it sounds like it sounds like let's see, who was one of the great baseball players that used to hit the Babe Ruth? Okay, imagine Babe Ruth swinging at like a cantaloupe, and that's what it sounds like when it makes connection with the animal. You're like, oh wow, that sounds like that hurt, because I mean it hits them, and they don't know whether to run or go blind, and they just fall over.
What's the what's the effective range of that caliber?
I've used it up to 100 yards, but I know guys that are shooting 200 yards with it, and I it's just like 458 or 450 Bushmaster. It's very similar.
That's a straight wall. It's a straight wall cartridge then?
No, it's not. It is a bottleneck cartridge, which aids in it loading in the AR-15 platform.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, 458 SOCOM, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if anybody's interested in seeing that, I'm going to be doing some 458 here soon, and what I'll do is I'll also see if I can get in for an interview, get one of the lead, the first guy to build an AR-15 to shoot that cartridge is the guy that I got parts from to build mine. And his name is Tony, and it's Tromix, TROMX. Tromix. And he's a super nice guy, and he's like a machine. He's a machinist, and he has done quite a bit of work with the original designer of that cartridge. And it was designed originally as an anti-material type cartridge
So
to disable vehicles.
what bolt is that using?
It's a 455 head front, so it would be, I think it's its own cut,
Okay.
but it's similar to a 7.62, but the back of it is it's not rebated. It's let me see, do I have any of it laying within distance? Yeah, actually,
Hey, what's up, Hippo?
Here's some of it.
Been a while since I've seen him.
Yeah, how's it going, Hippo? I hope everything's been okay with you, brother. Hope it wasn't sickness that got you out of the game hanging out. This is a four.
There you go.
Let's see here. For 458, so it's basically almost a 46 caliber bullet.
Wow.
And it's this particular bullet is a TSX Barnes tipped bullet. And the back of them are they're a hefty bullet.
That is impressive.
Looks like it.
And that's AR-15 platform?
Yes, out of an AR-15. It's basically a 4570 out of an AR-15. You can see
That'd knock a hog out.
Oh my God! I
Should
would
knock him
not.
unconscious.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of that. By
Beast
any
of
form of
round.
fashion.
even with the and this, you got to think, this is a 325 bullet going 2,200 feet per second.
Wow.
That's smoking fast. When you hit a hog with one of these,
What's powder charge on that, Echo?
going into 30, almost 28, 29 grains of H110.
Okay.
Is that large primer or small?
It's a large Magnum handgun.
Okay.
The parent case for the 458 SOCOM is the Desert Eagle 50 Action Express, and they necked down a 50 caliber cartridge case to a 458 bullet, and they put it in an AR-15.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
It's got to be a little expensive though.
Yeah, this package, this bullet set right here is Barnes, and it's Black Butterfly, and I want to say these 20 rounds was $80.
Holy smokes!
This is the first cartridge I started reloading because of the cost. Because with special cartridges like this,
yeah,
these type of bullets, they if you don't reload, unless you're independently wealthy, you just can't afford to shoot them, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to find that brass laying around at the range.
No.
And if you do, somebody's very foolish.
Yeah, I got quite a few friends that shoot the 4.58. So that I built quite a few of them, and a couple of my friends have come over and built quite a few of them, and we all have a blast with them because they're the type of gun that when you shoot, even though you're shooting it out of a recoilless rifle, it's still kicking harder than a 20 gauge shotgun.
Gotcha.
So when you fire, it's like everybody else in the entire range like gets out of their stall and looks and waits like, what in the hell is he shooting? because the pressure difference,
Right.
because of that big bullet just coming out and just going, hello, I'm here, and just pushing all that air out of the way. Everybody's like, oh, wow, that made my ears pop.
Right.
And and they're like, hey, when you shoot that, can you go in a different stall? Because it's like my wife, you're about to blow my wife's like safety glasses off.
That's
Chris's
awesome.
Just
mic
from the
looks like an
pressure.
upside down bullet. Almost, don't it? See his mic?
What does?
His mic looks like an upside down bullet. Almost.
Oh, mine?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Uh-huh.
You're only 12 subs away from 1,000. I was just checking.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
I'd say
Hey,
you'll
if
hit
you
that this
haven't,
weekend.
yeah, if you haven't subscribed to basically, if you haven't come over to JerrBear's yet and subscribed, in the top of the comment section on this pinned in this in the comments is a link to his channel, and in the description box of this video. So if you would go over and do subscribe, it would help him out. We're trying to get him to 1,000 where he can use his phone and just go live and stuff from the streets without using anything else.
Yeah, I'll throw a link up too later here when I get done
Yeah.
doing these chats on the. I've been throwing them up in that community thing we got now.
Yeah.
Where it's
That's
kind of
what
like
I
a Facebook style post, like.
Yeah. How does that, now that I've got you on that subject, how does that work, man? I leave posts up there. Do I have to go back and delete them?
You can.
You don't have to.
It's up to you.
So it's just a constant, it keeps just updating like a continual.
Yeah, like you could go, like I could go over there and leave type in a comment like JerrBear's 12 subscribers away from 1,000, and then leave a link to his channel.
Ah.
And then when people are going through their subscription feed on YouTube, that'll pop up then.
Interesting.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't
thank
even know that. I didn't even know about that option until I don't remember who it was that uses it all the time. But it's kind of like the shorts, people use the shorts to do that stuff too.
Well, I
Wow.
put
Yeah.
500 subs minimum though to get it. Community.
It's funny because the short thing, I just started doing that. I don't know, whatever it's been, maybe a couple months back, and I didn't even realize I had gained that usage to do it. And once I found it, I'm like, well, that's kind of cool, So Echo, when you sent me the link yesterday, I ended up pasting that in a short to my channel, and which was cool. So
yeah, G23 just said CloverTac uses it all the time. Yeah, it's a smart little tool to gain subscribers. My problem is I always forget, because on the shorts you got to turn your camera, turn your phone upright to get the 9 by 16
60 seconds either.
And you can't go over 60 seconds.
Yep.
And then you're supposed to shoot them in 1080p. So
Right.
a lot of times when I first started doing them, I was leaving my camera in 4K and leaving it 16 by 9 because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, live and learn, right?
It'll still make a video. It just won't be a short if you go
Right.
60 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't let you upload it unless it'll let you upload it, but then it won't.
It'll short.
Yeah, it won't.
It'll go
switch
horizontal.
it back to just a regular YouTube video.
It'll give you what they call long.
So they're basically using the same format that TikTok's using is what they're doing on the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and checking out the the interview tonight, and coming in and hanging out with us, and coming on the show, and taking your time out of your busy afternoon on a Friday to come in and watch our show and participate. I really appreciate it. AR, would you please run us out of here and run off everyone in the chat for me, sir?
Here I come. Appreciate you being on, JerrBear. It was a pleasure having you. Good to see you, Chris.
Good to
as
see
always.
I thank you. I thank all three of you for your hospitality.
Oh,
great to have
welcome,
you, man.
JerrBear.
And you guys, I'll call you out right quick in the chat, and we'll wind this down here. I got a lot of people talking. Echo over here, G23, Lead Bullet Junkie, Andy 79Z28, Walter Bunning, Reloader 762. Hey, Reloader. Christmas 740 over here in the box. Jerry Parker, one guy, JH586, Eagle Eye Shooting, New York Outcast, Walter Bunning, I said, G23, let's see, Michael Hurtnick, can't forget him, James Pollard, Timothy Burkett, who else here? Bear with me, guys. A little longer than most of the...
Oh, that's okay. I just want to holler at Walter too. Hey, Walter, thanks for doing those shout outs, brother. I appreciate you doing those. And that's awesome that you're doing it. Help representing channels that you like. Appreciate it, brother.
Lead
Big
Bullet
thumbs
Junkie,
up to you.
James Pollard, Ram 4x4. G23, of course. Who else? Let's see. Ram, James Pollard. Harold Farmer's here. Good to see you. Rollis is here. Carvelis. Who else? New York Outcast, I called. Tactical Fudd. Jerry Parker. Who else here? Curtis Long. Hadn't seen Curtis in a while. Glad you dropped by. Where you been, man? Harold Farmer, I called. James Pollard. Drew Bradley. Good to see you, Drew. Quest for the Perfect Load, 67 Rebel. Good to see you, Rebel. Quest. I see Timothy Burkett, I called. Let's see. That's about it. I'm speeding up the wheel, guys. Hang on. Kingpin, of course. JH586. Tim S. Who else? Drew Bradley. G23. Jerry Parker. Pony 47's with us. Good to see you, Pony.
Awesome.
James Pollard, I called. Let's see. Tactical Fudd, I think I called. If I didn't, hey, Tactical Fudd. Good to have you here. Hippa's here. Drew Bradley. Who else? Good thing my eyes. I'm an old man, but I can still see. Let's see. Hippo, Lead Bullet Junkie, Drew Bradley. That's it. Appreciate you guys dropping by. It's great having JerrBear on here. Good seeing Chris again. We appreciate you all in the side chat a lot. You going to call it out last, or you want me to just go ahead and wind it down?
Just go ahead and wind it down, brother.
Appreciate you all coming. You all have a good evening. Have a great weekend, and catch you on the flip side.
Everybody.
Good night, everybody.